guys, welcome back to Rock Fabulous 40s, and let me apologize up front if you hear thunder in the background. It is storming, we're under flash flood warnings, everything is flooding. We've been running from tornadoes all evening. This is Oklahoma. You guys from Oklahoma, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and we wish it would just quit. We've been running from tornadoes now for probably about the past 3 weeks, and tonight our whole entire state's under tornado warning. So yeah, you just kind of get used to that living in Oklahoma. Oklahoma life. Don't move to Oklahoma unless you buy a Frady hole. Anyway, so today I'm going to talk about the Coastal Scents Revealed 3 palette. And I was really excited to get this palette because I've seen pictures of it on the Coastal Scents website, and the colors I thought were just right up my alley, gorgeous colors. And then I started seeing other YouTubers that were reviewing it, and they all had really mixed reviews about it, so I wanted to try it myself. So I did receive my palette about, I guess, a week ago, and I have worn it almost every single day in the past week. And I've got it, I'm going to tell you guys right up front, I am not all that impressed with this palette. I really am not. And I'm going to start with the packaging, which I do really like the packaging, so don't get me wrong about the packaging. The packaging is really nice. It's very thin, it's very sleek packaging. It's a cardboard, it's a magnetic closure, but the magnetic closure is very tight, so you don't ever have to worry about it coming open if you're traveling with it. Don't watch my arms jiggle, guys. What I don't like about this palette, oh, and by the way, the packaging does not have a mirror, but that's okay. I mean, the price for this palette was only $19, so I'm not too terribly concerned about a mirror. Where my disappointment lies is in the formula and the color pigmentation, or the color payoff of the shadows. So while I'm talking about these different shadows, and guys, I am wearing them today, if you can see that. While I'm talking about the pigmentation of these shadows, I'm going to put a little video somewhere up here showing a demonstration of me putting the shadows on while I'm talking about them. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys that today I am wearing this brown and this brown right here together. In my crease is kind of a transition shade. I'm wearing the gold on my lid. I'm wearing this dark plum down here in my crease and outer corner. I'm wearing this lilac right here, right above the crease to kind of blend out the harsh lines. I'm wearing this under my lash line, and then I'm wearing this off-white up here on my brow bone. Alright, so let's start by saying 20 shades, and when you first look at it, the colors are really, really pretty colors. I mean, those are just gorgeous colors. Those colors are right up my alley, which is why I was so excited to get this palette and use it. However, the first time I put my brush in it, I had so much powder down on my face. And these shades are really, I want to say that they're buttery feeling, but they're really powdery at the same time. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Let me grab a, when I put my brush in, let's say this tan here. Do you see how it, I mean, it's just so much. And I'm not even rubbing really hard with my brush. I mean, it's just so much powder coming off, and then that all ends up down here under your eyes and on your cheeks. And then I have to blow them off because I don't like getting powders and all the shades next to each other. So that's my number one problem with this palette, is all the fallout and all the powderiness of the shades. I do like the buttery feeling, and sometimes you have to deal with some powderiness to get that real nice creamy buttery texture with shadows, but this is just a little overly powdery, if you know what I mean. My next big issue with this palette is the lighter colors. I'm just going to flat out say it, and don't get on me for saying it this way, but these lighter colors, they just suck. They have absolutely no pigmentation. Let me show you guys a little swatch here of one of the colors that I really was excited to use and just came off looking like crap. Or actually, it didn't actually look like anything. It's thundering. Okay, so this one right here is kind of a lilac-y pinkish color with a glitter. and I was really excited to use this one on my inner corner, and I did try to use that one on my inner corner. However, do you see anything there? And I rubbed my finger in there pretty good. I mean, I'm really rubbing in there. There's nothing there. Let me try to rub a little harder. Okay, I got a little bit. Now, let me swatch it. There's nothing there. So, how can I use that color? I mean, I am really rubbing really hard on this, and there's just nothing there. So there's absolutely no pigmentation to some of these colors, some of these gorgeous, what you think would be gorgeous colors. One of the other ones I was really excited to try was this pink one right here. Let me swatch this one for you. Okay, and it does have a little pigmentation to it. Where'd it go? There's nothing there. So those couple of colors were two that I was so excited to use, and I can't even use them. I even tried to use this glittery one on top of a white base to try to make it stand out a little bit, but it wouldn't even do that. Now, the darker colors, on the other hand, are beautiful. Let me swatch some of these darker colors for you guys. The black is gorgeous, and the black has got a glitter in it, which is just, I think, just amazing. I just love it. But let me go ahead and do some of these others here. Okay. Now some of these darker colors are just freaking amazing. They're going to be a little out of order, so sorry guys. Okay, so those are some of the darker colors. But I can't do an entire eye look in nothing but dark colors, at least not for me anyway, I can't. I like to use some of the lighter colors. But the darker colors are gorgeous, and they do blend out really well. Now, one of the things that I did find, however, with this palette is when I did try to blend some of those lighter colors, the ones that actually did show, they just sort of all blended together and kind of started to look like mush a little bit on me. So I wasn't real thrilled with that, but the dark colors are beautiful. Okay, so that's the gold I have on my lids. Oh, and another thing that I want to talk about also with these is the way that I've worn them. And I've worn them without primers, and they do crease if you wear it without primer. I also wore it with my NYC City Proof, and it did okay for about 6 hours before it started to crease, and then it started to crease on me. And I don't know if that's the primer or if that's the shadow, because I've used that primer before, that base before, and it's never creased on me. I've used it with my e.l.f. eye primers, and it actually did pretty well with the e.l.f. It didn't crease on me at all with the e.l.f., and it doesn't crease on me at all with my Urban Decay primers. So those are really the only primers that I've tried it with, and it has creased on me with one of them. And it does crease if you don't wear a primer. So do make sure that you wear a good primer under these. So overall, guys, I think the palette is just so-so. I mean, I'll continue to use it because the dark colors are really pretty, and the dark colors do blend. Be careful with the fallout. Don't expect much out of the lighter colors. So the palette to me is just okay. So guys, I hope you guys found this review helpful, and if you did, please leave a comment down below. Also hit subscribe down there somewhere, and you too can rock your fabulous 40s. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.